Hello, people. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. I'm Adina. Nice to meet you. I am your psychic medium. I am your psychic medium, your medium psychic. I am your wise woman, your oracle, blackbird singing in the dead of night, woo lady, priestess, whatever you want to call it. I am she am I. Welcome to my channel, to my platform. If you've heard myself introduce myself and this is not your thing, God bless you. Thank you for stopping in, and God bless you on your way out. And if you are a familiar of mine and what I do here, welcome back to Beyond the Veil. Nice to meet you guys if this is your first time, and welcome. Happy Tuesday, happy day of Mars to everybody. Shout out to my returning viewers and my blessed babies. Hey, Sissy. Hey, Life with Dasha. Is it Dasha or Dasha? Like Dash? Like DoorDash, or Dash? Like a dash of seasoning. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Please let me know how you guys are doing. I've been gone for about 5 days. I took a day or two or five off. Deja. Okay. Deja. Okay. Life with Deja. Thank you. If my busted baby Mari is watching this right now, I think that's you who just texted me. You're not bothering me, my love. I've been super busy, and I'm sorry if I didn't respond to your text message, because I did see it in the midst of me doing a lot of things, and then thought when I get a second I'm going to respond, but I completely forgot, and I'm sorry if you're watching this. Hey JD, hey Fly God, how's everybody doing this lovely Tuesday, this day of Mars? Welcome to Beyond the Veil. If you're just tuning in, I am your resident medium, woo lady, wise woman, oracle, prophetess, whatever y'all call them in your culture. I am that here on this channel. And if that's not your thing, I appreciate you stopping in, and God bless you on your way out. And if this is your thing, you're welcome here. I hope you find a community here where you can feel seen and understood, because we are like-minded here. So God bless you all on this day of Mars, this Tuesday. Stay safe, everybody. Everybody's a little cranky today that I've encountered. The people at Dunkin' Donuts were acting like they didn't want to put whipped cream on top of my iced latte. And I spend so much money in there. I'm there every day. The lady at Subway didn't want to give my cousin superb customer service. Just a lot of cranky pants today, and I hope that everyone feels better today. I don't know why they stingy. It's like they don't even charge extra for whipped cream. So whoosh me up, baby. Just whoosh, put it on there and stop acting stingy like you got to pay for it. I want the whoosh. Put it on there, goddammit. Gonna act stingy with the whoosh. If I got a dome lid on my iced latte, that mean I want the whipped cream to come up through the dome. I don't want whipped cream in space in between the dome on my iced latte, because then I feel like you're skimping on something that you don't pay for. Mr. and Mrs. Duncan said I can have as much whoosh as I like on my iced latte. So, bitch, pour it on. Thick, strong, like I like it. Anyways, speaking of Mr. and Mrs. Duncan, Young Thug is out here snitching, they say. Your neighbor was unalive Saturday morning, Fly God. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry to hear that. Condolences to your neighbor's family and to all of you guys who are neighbors of that neighbor who are on pins and needles and are on edge and your nerves are bad due to that. Peace and blessings to all of you in that community. And I pray protection around you, Fly God. Be safe out there in those streets, all of you guys. Before I get to Young Thug, just a reminder about the Crown of Success that's coming up on the eclipse that is this Sunday. Crown of Success slash fast money ceremony. So this is not just a long term money draw with and not just money draw, success draw with the Crown of Success, but I'm going to throw a fast money component in there as well so that money comes in quick, fast, and in a hurry while we are being crowned with success in our endeavors, our jobs, our businesses, things like that, as we're becoming successful in that, because it takes a little bit more time to build success. Fast money is different. You can get that quick. Crown of success though, that's something monumental in your endeavor, your job or whatever. That's saying I had a successful season, I had a successful quarter, I had a successful year in my X, Y, and Z. So the crown of success is taking place on the full lunar eclipse this Sunday, September the 9th. And I'm excited to do a crown of success, not just on the day of the sun, but while there is also a lunar eclipse, the sun and moon energy. That's great for that's great for manifesting something monumental, like quickly, like in an eclipse. In the blink of an eye, you can go from poor to rich. In the blink of an eye, you can go from janitor to CEO. In the blink of an eye, you can go from, just starting your business and not really making any sales to, being sold out. That's what the crown of success on an eclipse kind of does, or opens the opportunity for. So that takes place this Saturday. You guys, it is a group ceremony. The crown of success, getting it as a personal ceremony, it's maybe $100 or $200 or so. The group ceremony, when I offer any ceremony in a group form, it is $50 per person, no matter what the group ceremony I offer. So the last day to want to or sign up to participate in that will be Friday. This Friday is the last day to participate in this lunar eclipse's crown of success taking place on Sunday. I'm probably going to do a road opener slash blockbuster for myself tomorrow, Wednesday, day of Mercury. Open those roads. And that's just to clear the way for my success. I did a fuck around and find out Saturday for a couple of my clients, and I threw myself in there. So before this Sunday, I'm going to do myself a road opener just to remove anything out of the way that may try to obstruct my success. Anyways, so that's what's taking place this weekend here at Beyond the Veil. Now, oh, there will be a doctorate degree tier members live at 6 p.m. tonight. And then we will begin our Reclaiming the Law featuring the Constitution series tonight at 7 on my regular members live. So all my members will be able to catch the Reclaiming the Law series. But the doctorate degree tier members, please be front and center on live at 6 p.m. tonight. It's less of you guys in there, but it's a more hands-on type of membership tier, and I need a lot of feedback from you guys to gauge where we go next. So anyways, Young Thug has just had quite a few of his jail or jail call recordings released. Those are or public recordings. You can request anybody's jail calls, I believe, and get them. So I'm not sure who requested Young Thug's jail phone call recordings to be released, but they're out there. People are listening to them, and Young Thug, in my opinion, was a little chatty patty while he was locked up in the clank clank. He was just chatting and giggling away. I didn't hear too many of them because Auntie been busy, but I did hear a little bit of mumbling and cackling on the jail calls. Did you guys hear his giddy little giggle? Oh my, you Atlanta people are never beating those sassy allegations. I've never heard in my personal life a grown man giggle and cackle on the phone like that with other men while gossiping. Like, of course, I've heard men gossip before, but it's never accompanied with this. What do I think about Aquarian men? I don't. I don't generalize signs typically. There are some things that are general to signs. I don't have too much experience with Aquarius men. I have tons of experience with Aquarius women because they make up a great bulk of my family. So I don't know about Aquarius men. I'm sorry. I don't know that man. I haven't had that much experience with them. But it was, in my personal opinion, like the men in my life, they just don't. They don't kiki like that and giggle. And I hate that man. He shouldn't get no vagina. He shouldn't make no money. He shouldn't do no. It's just like, oh my God. Is this how the masculinity is masculinitizing in Georgia, in Atlanta? Because you guys are never beating those allegations about all the men there being, how you doing? Because Young Thug is supposed to be this, so what is it, slime? I listen, Auntie don't know the lingo. Slime, YSL, gang gang, um, young slime. What's the L stand for? What is the YSL? What is it? Young slime lavender. What is the? I don't listen. I don't want to offend none of the gangs. So y'all, just correct me before I let my imagination take control. Is it young slimy lavender? That phone call, get the giggles in the phone call sound real young, slimy, and lavender. So I don't know. But he's supposed to be, this is supposed to be such a, shoot 'em up, bang bang, shot up Lil Wayne, tour bus allegedly. And y'all sitting around in the pen giggling and gossiping in jail where male on male scissoring happens. You're never beating the allegation. You're in jail where male on male scissoring happens, and then you're on the phone with your male buddies, and you're gossiping and giggling. I'm sorry, but so I just had to get all of that out of my system because it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, I don't mess with nobody who try to take out Lil Wayne. I'm surprised. I'm surprised anybody. Well, I know Baby sanctioned that, so that's the only reason allegedly that Young Thug and his crew would allegedly feel. Trey, I'm trying to now. I'm trying to. I'm trying to be gentle. I think only if Baby sanctioned that would Young Thug have felt emboldened enough to do something like that. And so I'm gonna put the bulk of what of that attempt on Lil Wayne's life on Baby. And I'm going to say that's why he on top like he was before, because he tried to take out a legend. But Young Thug, for even being a part of it, allegedly you and your crew, for wanting to cause such a loss to the hip hop community. Lil Wayne just ain't anybody that people can replace, even if he's not in his heyday anymore. That's not somebody that's just easily replaceable, not even by you, Young Thug. As much as I know you tried, but Lil Wayne is not somebody that y'all can just take out, take away from people from music on account of some whole ass gossiping and giggling beef. If we would have lost Lil Wayne for Young Thug just to find out that Young Thug be giggling and gossiping, I'd have never forgave you ninjas. I'd have never forgiven you ninjas, ever. I'd have cursed the whole lot of you. The whole lot of you. Now, it's one thing to feel away, but Lil Wayne and his contribution to hip hop is more than Baby, Toddler, Young Slime, and all the other ones. God damn it! So y'all tread lightly now. He may not be what he was no more, but you just tread lightly. That's why can't nothing good happen to y'all now, because y'all try to take out Lil Wayne. Anyways. All right. So Young Thug, besides the snickering and giggling you was doing with 2121 and Mariah and whomever else, I don't know. All I heard was the call between him and 2121. And I just thought, listen at these two whole ass niggas. I come from a different era of men. So I'm just sitting here with my face scrunched up, judging. Like, see, this is why we ain't got no more good husbands, because they all on the phone giggling and gossiping with each other. Like two little high school girls talking about, if I don't hate nobody in the world, this young thing, if I don't hate nobody in the world, I hate Gunna, man. I hope he don't get no more. I hope he don't get no more vagina. I hope he don't get no more money. I hope he doesn't. I hope nobody ever likes him ever again. Ever, and nobody ever talks to him ever again. Because I'm not his friend, and I don't want you to be his friend either. That was Young Thug. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Mariah, this why you burning blue. Mm-hmm. 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 Between him gossiping and kikiing in prison with a bunch of men and the long rotation of women that he kept in rotation while you was in rotation, and then got out straight from men and gossiping and giggling and all the various women saying that he loved them, and then got back out to you, and next thing we know, Mariah is burning blue. Burning and blue. I I can absolutely see how that happened. I'm sorry. But I can absolutely see how that happened, because your man was in jail like this. Nobody be Gunner's friend. If you're Gunner's friend, I'm not going to give you any. If you're Gunner's friend, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. If you're Gunner's friend, I'm not going to be your friend. Hmm. Child, I came from a different area. I'm so glad I was born in the 1980s. Just exactly, JD. Just a bunch of switch hitters. Ain't that what they used to call them? Switch hitters. Mariah, girl, save yourself while you blue before you turn cold red. Cold red. Before you get any more slime on you and you be cold red instead of burning blue. Get out before the rest of the slime gets you. You know what slime is? It's green. It's nasty. You ain't watched Nickelodeon growing up. Slime. It's like infected Egypt. Girl, have you seen your man toes? Girl, y'all just as silly. In Atlanta, is all y'all got to do but be in lavender love in Atlanta? Because all y'all got to choose from is pink and lavender. The only variations y'all got to choose from is pink and lavender. And so y'all get lavender if y'all want something close to blue, like a real boy, because all y'all got is pink and lavender. So y'all just be fucking. Just give me lavender. That's the closest thing I can get to blue. Between pink, is that lavender? Just move. You can afford to date men out of your state. She burning for blue, but all she has is lavender and pink in Atlanta. That's what the song means. We figured it out. I knew if I just kept playing around with the title of the song, her real message would come through. It's a cry for help. She in this relationship, this lavender relationship with Young Thug. And what she's trying to tell us is that she's burning for blue, because you got pink for girls and blue for boys. I'm burning for blue. She want a real man, but she's stuck. And that's what the song says. And that's what it means. I believe, in my opinion, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyways, let me get off of these men in Atlanta for y'all be outside my door with dildos and all kind of other weapons. My God. Let me clean my hands because I ain't never fought. No, child, let me shut up. Love them, JD, because they just be so. It's like the light be on in the skin, but not in the. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Young Thug. His name is Jeffrey something. Young Thug, real name. Okay. Jeffrey Lamar. All right. Jeffrey Lamar. Not to be confused with Kendrick. This is Jeffrey Lamar Williams. Okay. Because Kendrick said, hey, nah. It might sound the same, but he not like us. So you specify his last name is Williams. All right. Please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Jeffrey Lamar Williams, better known as Young Thug. Young Thug, Young Thug, Young Thug. Thug Young Thug. Slime. Okay. Young Thug. People are saying that you are a snitch. I'm not sure why they're calling you a snitch other than the fact that you did a lot of talking on your jailhouse recorded phone calls. So, Young Thug, what is the energy currently going on around you right now that your jailhouse calls have been released to the public? People are listening to them, forming opinions, talking about them, talking about you, dissecting information that you discussed in your phone calls. Young Thug, what is going on currently in your life now as a result or as it relates to these phone calls? How do your peers feel about you? How has your spot in the industry been affected? For one, by your whole case, and two, now that your private conversations while you were locked up have been released, how's it affecting you? How's it going to impact you in the long run, or anyone that's involved with you? What's going on, Young Thug? Big Jeffrey Slime. Okay. Not that Ninja gave 12 his number, his personal number. He said the feds call me anytime. Call me if you need someone to talk to. Call me. Satisfaction guaranteed. Is that what he said, JD? Now, why is the Queen of Cups here in his current position with all this blue? I feel like Mariah the scientist she has to take the brunt of this situation. I don't know if this is Mariah the scientist. Is she a water sign? Speaking of Mariah the scientist, before I keep going, Cardi B and your team, I see y'all tried to take my advice that y'all got for free off the internet and scramble really quick after I said how much you would go up if you honored your ancestors, and I gave you the blueprint for the type of music you should release. And I heard that you just released that new Latin hip hop flavored song like I told y'all to do. I know where y'all got that from, and I know it was a last minute scramble after y'all got some inside tea that Cardi B should release a Latin hip hop infused. But let me tell you why it's not gonna work, even though you guys took my very lucrative advice. It's not going to work because you guys are trying to get a free consultation. And never, ever, never do I say everything that I see in these readings, especially when I'm reading celebrities, because this is technically free tea. And so I never give the whole blueprint in these readings. I never say everything I see. A lady never tells everything. And so I didn't tell you guys everything about how you were supposed to implement that. I just said that's what you should have done. But if I had known that y'all was going to be watching in the shadows and trying to, you know, get that free tea and come up off of it without booking a consultation with y'all broke asses, because it's just $75. If it ain't in your budget to book a real consultation for $75 for 1 hour, so that you didn't just have to take the little breadcrumb I gave, tried to make a molehill out of it, and still fail because I didn't tell you everything else that you're supposed to do. Freebie, since you done took it and tried to run with it. What else I would have done? Now, see, this is why y'all should have got a consultation, because there's levels to that. There is levels. And before I finish with Young Thug, because I noticed they did it and I said that was a scramble. Maybe they didn't hear it from me, but I know that I was the only one saying this because it was my vision to give. I would have, before, when I first found out that your label was wanting you to release a project, if it was a year in advance, if it was 2 years in advance, what I would have done was started you on my 72-hour cleanse. And I ain't talking about drinking juices. No, I'm a woo lady, and you like woo too. So I would have taken you somewhere away from your industry people, just me and you, for 72 hours. And we would have went through a series of cleanses, physical and energetic and spiritual cleanses for you, and a few other rituals to rid you of a lot of negative energy. Because before, you can just compound something new on it and say, all right, let me circle back and try to honor my ancestors and make this music because they said it will work. You can't just do it like that. You have to mean it. And that's the part that I have to convey to you in a consultation about how to implement the little nugget I gave you. I would have needed 3 days with you to cleanse you and rid you of a lot of bullshit. And then we would have needed another 3 days to redirect you back onto a path of alignment for you. We would have needed to see whether releasing an album was the best thing for you. And if it wasn't financially or career wise and you still just wanted to do it, we would have done it and you still would have been a success because it would have been just something that you wanted to do. I would have spent those other 3 days, now that's 6 days, realigning you on a path of alignment for you, reconnecting you with your roots because your roots have been uprooted and cut from your tree. You're the tree, but there's a sever between you and your roots because since you've become a public figure, meaning an influencer on Instagram, and then love and hip hop, and then rap, and I don't care what they say you did first, you were an influencer first, then love and hip hop. And whatever else they said they had you doing, it was prepared to prepare an organic storyline for you, but I don't believe it. Nevertheless, from the time you became a public figure up until now, you have been a part of the hip hop and the Black American community. Not even the Afro Latina community have you been really repping for. We've known you best in our circles. And so that's what I mean. From the moment that you got the world's attention on you, you have been cheering on African American ancestors. I have never heard you proudly just claim, just flat out, I am an Afro Latina. I am a Dominican woman. I am Latin. Like I haven't seen that. Even Trinidadian, you've claimed. And where is that? So yes, the first 3 days to cleanse. The next 3 days to redirect and realign you, replant you in your roots. And then the seventh day we rest. And then after that week long of spiritual work that we would have done on you, then I would have taken you into a room where you can get creative and we would have implemented a complete rollout. But you would have had to roll out this album with this Spanish hip hop influence. It can't just be you tried hip hop, you tried Jay-Z, and then you throw in a Latina hip hop. That's how you misuse my advice. You had to embody it and roll it out and actually shapeshift into that. You needed to become that from now on and not lead as a African American hip hop artist, but from now on dominate as an Afro Latina artist. That's what I would have had you do, and that's how my advice would have worked. Not the way y'all did it, trying to implement my little advice for free. Is it not in y'all budget to get a real consultation? Because, girl, and that goes for the rest of y'all celebrities who be watching these lives and hear me say something and be like, ooh, I promise you it's a setup because I don't say everything. Y'all, listen, I don't, I charge for consultations for a reason. Even if I be giving away stuff here, don't go half cocked now because I ain't tell you everything. If you're going to take my advice, you can take everybody else's, that's fine. But if you're watching my lives trying to take my advice to you is to just get the consultation because I'm not saying everything up front here on my live for free. Because celebrities is cheap. Anyways, so what sign is Mariah the scientist? Let me Google. I wonder if she's a water sign. Mariah this okay, Mariah. Okay, Mariah the scientist. October 27th, Scorpio. Now, if I'm reading Young Thug in his jailhouse calls, I won't say that this girl is the one who requested those calls and leaked them herself. I will say, I do believe that, JD. I think that everything about her was perfectly crafted as a competition to Nicki Minaj. Even that Trinidadian stuff. I remember when she was saying she came from performing arts background and stuff like that. Yeah, that's why just hopping on that one song isn't going to work, because your ancestors are going to look at it like you're trying to use them for clout. And they know I would have never told you to just create a song like that and you didn't mean it. I would have said, okay, let's not even do that now since you've already started rolling out a hip hop song. Your third album, though, let's switch from Cardi B, the hip hop artist, to Cardi B, the Afro Latina artist, and never do just straight African American hip hop anymore. You would have had to step into that skin and wear it from now on. And it's your skin, actually. That's why it would have worked. Authenticity in the age of Aquarius works. It works. Formulas, that's Pluto and Capricorn. It not work. Not work. Formula. Do work. Authenticity. Because I know y'all smart people slow out there, so I had to say it in baby language. All right. If Mariah the scientist is not responsible for these leaks, then she is getting the short end of the stick for Young Thug right now, I believe. She's a Scorpio. This is a water sign woman, and she has an album of her own right now that she should be able to enjoy the fruits of, Burning Blue. But instead, she can't focus on really promoting her music. Didn't they just say somebody was at her show last night with a sign that says Young Thug is a rat and she middle fingered them? So she can't even enjoy the release of her own music because ever since Young Thug got out, she released an album. It went number one. He probably has something to do with that now that we know that he takes claim for making albums go number one with his ability to bot. And I know I've never heard not one song, including Burning Blue. Never heard that song. I heard you guys talking about it, but I've heard a little piece of it on a blog, but I've never heard that song. These girls and their very fragile voices, they're melodic, but they're fragile. I come from church voices and belting. I don't get into that music, but it went number one and it was a big, it made a lot of noise. I can imagine maybe her man had something to do with that because she released that after he got out and then all of a sudden, boom. And so since he say he be buying bitches number ones, she possibly had some help going number one and getting the acclaim that she did for her song, her album. And here she is at her show not being able to have her moment because again, her man, her man, her man. We got to be careful of the words out of our mouth becoming the meditation of our heart because then we manifest it. She seems to eat, sleep, and breathe her man. And so when her man does her a big one, she's up. When her man is going through it, she's going through it because she's merged herself into the identity of her man. Challenge. This is the, first of all, her shooting her middle finger, but this is the jailhouse calls that were released where someone can express themselves freely and not think that anyone would hear them but the feds that's listening, but then being reminded that anybody can request these and put them out. So that's what this is here. Her getting burned by Thug. Ironically, I'm reading Young Thug, not Mariah the Scientist. I just had to make myself remember that because even I just forgot. So she's heavy in his energy right now. I think he helped her. I think he helped people. Like you said, is the past position him buying number ones. I think his most recent purchase is for his girlfriend, Burning Blue. Y'all was going up for her like that before Young Thug got out enough to make her number one. I know Troy G. I'm not talking about all Georgia men. I just be on here shooting the shits. But no, I love a good country man, and I know y'all still exist in Georgia. Y'all be at the car shows, and my cousin ex old man, he be having us at the car shows with him, and we be there, and that's where the real men be at the car shows and stuff. So shout out to y'all, Troy G. Tuck, is that a gang? Swoop! Wait, swoop! Is you signaling like back calling your other gang members? Or am I a part of the gang? Am I slime now? So in the past, this is him. He has purchased number ones. I think his most recent is for Mariah, but this is also providing information, something tangible and solid. Ironically, Young Thug had his case, and he was friends with young Lil Durk, who has his case. He's also friends with 2121, who had his case. Who else is he friends with that's caught up? Either birds of a feather flock together or Dirk. You might wonder how the feds, I mean, Lil Durk, don't you got ties between Young Thug and T Grizzly? Didn't somebody from Chicago allegedly take out T Grizzly? Auntie, I just did a reading on that the last time I was with y'all. It seems strange. Lil Baby, him too. Yep, Lil Baby, you had a little situation. You friends with that young man, that slime boy. Y'all better watch out. Then he was trying to tell everybody that Gunna was a rat. Meanwhile, he was in there giggling and snickering on the feds' phone, knowing they was listening. Yeah, yeah, and Gunna, he got locked up for doing that shit on college campus. Ain't no telling what else we haven't heard yet that he was snitching about on the people phone for free, so that he ain't have to be on paper as an informant, but still informating on them people. Good recorded lie, cha. Near future, more drama. Near future, Young Thug, you got problems with your peers and the people that you've been snitching about, and you do seem to be in a boat with the boys. I think even your girlfriend knows. Of course she would know. Of course she would know what her man, does to get himself out. And Young Thug, a 15-year probation for getting off of a RICO sounds like informant to me. I'm sorry, but I have experience with the federales because y'all already know my daddy did 20 years in the feds. Yes, he did. They took my whole family down in a ring. So something about we not gonna lock you up, but we gonna let you out and have you on paper for the next decade and a half, checking in with us this entire time, Gotta walk a straight and narrow. Otherwise, you're gonna clink clink. That's a long-term relationship with them boys that you gotta have. To me, that sounds like a informant situation. Either we're gonna put you in prison for 20, or you're gonna get out work for us and we'll call it probation for 15. So, Young Thug, these calls almost blow up your spot because I think now your peers are looking at you. Not a gang member in here mad. You must be one of them lavender slime boys in here. You must don't know Auntie a old school G. I'm an 80s baby. Can't nobody in no tight jeans scare me. Talking about you gotta wear a dress because you got a stick, baby. Auntie got sticks too. So I hope you wasn't on here gang calling to my live trying to intimidate me as if I'm supposed to be scared. I'm an 80s country girl. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I'm my daddy's firstborn. Mm-mm. Your jeans too tight to fool with me, baby. By the time you get it untucked, I'm gonna be done from the hip. Okay? I don't even wear jeans that tight. You got to get it out your pants because they too tight. I don't. Baby, mine is perched in my... Listen, don't ever come in here calling your little lavender gang boys in here to me. I don't see none of y'all churn. Baby, I was off the porch when y'all was in diapers. I know I look young, but Auntie finna be 38 in just a couple more weeks. Y'all just hold on, October 7th. So I'm not scared of y'all in here. Tuck and whatever the fuck your name was. Anyways, make me come to Georgia and set it off. Okay? I'm supposed to be there in November anyways. So come see about me. Sign. So whoops. Whatever you... And don't get mad at me because if I'm lying, then this ain't gonna come true. But in the near future, Young Thug, your peers are looking at you funny. They putting two and two together just like I just did. Dirk, Lil Baby, this person, that person, and then you in the middle, and everybody getting these charges and cases. And here you is giggling and snickering on the phone. And yes, this is gonna blow back on your girlfriend. So Mariah, when Young Thug got out and you was like, my man, I told y'all my man, Mariah, you don't even give that kind of energy the way you act. You don't give that. Somebody should have been in your ear while your man was in jail, rebranding you and telling you, girl, you too light skinned and dainty for these antics with this thug. You need to go the Karuchi route. You need to be a soft girl. You know what I'm saying? What is you doing? What is you doing, baby? We need you to hang with Chloe and Hallie, not Summer and Carisha. Somebody with some sense. See, if I was y'all A&R, but they don't want to pay me because I clean house in the industry. Now you ain't even gonna be able to enjoy Burning Blue, and if you gonna be Mariah, the only thing you can do now to save your career is let it burn just a little bit more. Let Young Thug sabotage you just a little bit more because you got to get victimized real good and then dump him, and then rebrand that naive battered woman syndrome arc. But now you're tired of this man and his drama and his baggage holding you back, and now you're free. Girl, the bitches gonna love that. You know the bitches that love to live vicariously, they gonna eat that shit up. They gonna eat that shit up. That's the retribution they never got from their baby daddies and stuff that did them dirty, and they never got no retribution other than just dick down by somebody else. You can turn a whole career out of this situation. Mariah, you know how much people was rooting for you when they saw that man snatch you down that red carpet. That's when I knew. I said, no, baby, you just tarry a little longer. You just tarry. This, his phone calls being released, people harassing you about his jail stuff. Perfect. This is just what we needed. Stay put. Let them turn up the heat on him a little bit more, and let it burn you a little bit more so that more people can get behind you and defend you and hate him for ruining you. Girl. And then don't let it burn you too much where it takes you down. See, a bitch like me got to be around to tell you when to get out the fire, when you're going to be overcooked. Let her cook, but just a little bit till she tender. Then take her out. Don't turn the pot off. Keep letting it boil over, but take her out while it's boiling over. And then rebrand the victim while he's still boiling over. Girl, that's how you destiny swap. That's how you siren suck his fame and his energy from his career into yours without having to share it with him like you have to do now. But who am I? I'm just a woo lady. I don't know shit. You can suck the life out of his career, just like Gunna did, but you're a girl, so you could do it better. Now, Mariah, if your team on here listening, don't try to do that. Don't try to run that play without me, because I ain't give everything. There's certain things in here I see that y'all don't. Don't run plays without the coach. But it's a way. But nevertheless, you gonna cook. I'm early today because I have a reading at 5. I have a consultation at 5. I have a doctorate tier member at 6, and then a regular members live at 7, where I'm relaunching the Reclaiming the Law series. I'm launching the Reclaiming the Law series. So I needed time. I needed to address my regular live because I've been off, and I need time to eat, take a nap, catch up on a hour of classwork, and then be ready by 5 to run this shit. I got a lot of shit to do today. So anyways, crowning Young Thug. Now, Young Thug intended to get out and still run plays, not as the big boss that he was, but still a big enough boss to run plays in music. I think he thought out. I think he thought he was going to get out and be beloved, music wise. Now, I do think that he anticipated a little bit of a fall off, because here he's a knight. But I think that he thought he was going to get out and kind of woo people. The Knight of Cups is charming, but I don't trust the Knight of Cups, upright or reverse. I don't trust any knight that comes with a cup, because it's nothing but love and lies in that cup. And you never know what you're going to get with each sip. A little love, a little lie. And I ain't got time for that. I'm not a fairy tale kind of girl. I like love that's solid or honest or even passionate, but not full of love, lust, and lies. I don't like that shit, because it's nothing but dreams and fairy tales. This is Young Thug trying to charm all of his peers into like swaying people's opinions and behaviors. If he wants people to support Mariah, he can do that. He can sway people in the industry to support her. Just like we heard him on campaigns to turn people against Gunna. So that's why he's a charmer. Because for Mariah, he can go on a campaign to get people to make her number one and love her. But for someone he hates, he's on a campaign to get people to hate them. This is why I don't like this night of all the nights. And it's worked before. He seemed to have been working off of respect and clout from his early heydays of when Baby gave him the green light to be a terrorist. But times have changed since you've been locked up and things like that. You know, the power has shifted. And even though you still might have clout, clout changes with trends. And trends change every day now with social media. This man, this is how a person sees themselves. This man sees himself as free, but not free. Obviously, because he's free, but not free, because he's on probation for 15 years. That's a setup. You can run a red light and your ass will be locked down. And so, Young Thug, I think, is aware of whatever relationship he has with the police. Now, are we supposed to be aware of that extent of it? No. But somebody like me is going to look at someone who was up on a RICO, skated, but got 15 years, and I see all their friends also getting RICOs and charges. To me, that smells like an informant situation, a long-term informant situation. But that's just me, in my opinion. External to him, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is how people see him, as a Queen of Swords in reverse. A bitter Betty, a chatty Patty, a gossip queen, a hater. This is a hater. Saying something like, I don't hate nobody but this person so much that I don't want them to get no vagina. I don't even want girls giving him no. Like, that's what you call a hater. That is what you call a textbook hater. I don't want him to get no money, no girls, no nothing. So he would show up as a Queen of Swords, because that's some hoe shit. I don't never show up as the Queen of Swords in reverse. I show up upright. Not in reverse, though, because I don't even be on that whole shit. All right. Hopes and fears, and what's not going to happen is RICOs and charges in the industry going away, which makes me think that some of this legal stuff going on in the industry has something to do with at least the YSL case. Because in the hopes and fears situation, this is my RICO card, and that's also what's never going to happen. So since he already went on trial for it and didn't get sentenced to prison, it's not a successful attempt at a RICO. However, it's still in his never going to happen position, meaning this RICO situation and any rabbit hole that was created due to it isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So yes, there is residual damage, collateral damage to the YSL RICO. Don't ask me what state I'm from, and don't try to come see me if y'all think y'all slick. I'm telling y'all, don't come up on my porch, on my driveway. That's the best way I can tell you. So don't worry about what state I'm from. Don't pull up in my driveway. It's not going to be safe for you. And wherever I live, we have a stand your ground. Okay. So don't ask me what state I'm from. Like you want to pull up. This is the best psychic advice I can give you about what I see for your future. I live on a dirt road in the woods, and I've been here all my life. I know these woods like the back of my hand. I promise you I'm going to see you before you see me. I promise. Ain't no street lights. It's dark. Only thing you're going to see is a flash. Anybody else want to know where I'm at? Anyways. You guys. You guys are so silly. Anyways. What's not going to go away, though? Oh, and oh, you were just curious, Gabriel? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was threatening me on the sly. I still ain't gonna tell you, but I'm somewhere where, it's the sun is out, the birds are chirping. I'm in the land of the living. But I'm just curious about why in the middle of this live you asking me where I'm from. Gabriel, you better duck. just don't ask no random questions that's not pertain to what I'm reading right now, because I feel real, and I don't believe in being too paranoid. Call it what you want. I ain't got time to play with nobody. I just did a fuck around and find out on myself, and that shakes the tree. So if there's hidden enemies, they usually fall out after that ceremony. So I'm looking at everybody sideways right now, Gabriel. Everybody looking real, because I'm expecting ops to fall out, and when I see them, I get rid of them. That's the point of shaking the tree. So I don't mean no harm if you don't mean no harm, but stay safe, my boy. Best advice I can give you. I didn't understand what he mean by where you. What the fuck you mean where I'm from? Wherever you want to be at or don't want to be, that's where I'm from. Listen, I'm a Florida girl, and we in Florida, anything can be taken as a slight. So if you don't know how to talk, you just might. I don't know. I don't listen. I don't know. What you mean where I'm from? Fuck you mean where I'm from, boy, my boy. It ain't about where I'm from. It's where you going, my boy. And it's Tuesday. It's the day of Mars. So walk like the day, y'all. Stay safe. I don't even mean no harm, but just stay real safe. I love y'all. I love y'all, but where I'm from, why? Right, Kel? Anywhere you ain't. All right. This Rico shit ain't going away for Young Thug and a lot of these other boys, too. And I think they got their hands into a lot of other people through the YSL situation. Outcome. Ooh, burn, Young Thug. Well, the days of you being able to run ting are not running ting anymore. Now, this is a long bid, actually. Gabriel, I'm sorry if I ran you off. I ain't usually this violent like this, or this rowdy. You just caught me at I just came off of a 5-day vacation. My last live, I had so many trolls and stuff. I'm so used to getting trolled, Gabriel, and sometimes the trolls be threatening my life. And I actually just got an apology from YouTube because I see one of them trolls tried to report me, and little do y'all know YouTube sent me an apology on y'all behalf. So I promise y'all, if YouTube don't want no smoke with Big Dina, because I don't want no smoke with the YouTube, then y'all stop getting YouTube tied up in y'all mess. But that's okay, because I did the fuck around and find out, and I said, YouTube, move out the way, because these people is trying to hide behind y'all, trying to get y'all shut up. So I'm gonna move y'all to the side, since I know that y'all don't want nothing, and I don't want nothing with y'all, because we're buddies. But let me see. Oh, Gabriel, I'll say your name 3 times. Gabriel, Gabriel, Gabriel. Okay. Just making sure you don't pop up, bitch. But yeah, I said, okay, in that ceremony, I said, okay, spirits. See, y'all power ain't real power. Your only power is your cloak of invisibility. But I know how to get through those. So I shook some trees and removed some cloaks, and now I'll just be waiting to see what pops out, Gabriel. So I wasn't sure because I'm expecting to see some ops start falling down like London bridges, and when I see them fall, I am going to finish them. Outcome for Young Thug. Um, this is my card for a long bid. This is actually that one time when Lil Durk got locked up. I did one reading on him. This was his outcome. And I remember saying he ain't going nowhere no time soon. And one of his little thug homeboys or whatever was in my comments like, you don't know. And I was just like, all right, well, let's see. Let's see. I got time. Ain't nothing but time gonna prove you or me right. That's it. I'll be a liar. But time gonna prove either you or me right. So we gonna both sit here while he sit there and see where he go anytime soon. This is the same card I got for Lil Durk's outcome that made me think he gonna sit for a little second. He gonna be chilling. He just gonna be in there. Young Thug, this is his same card. Don't he got a 15-year bid? That's why I say this card mean, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I use this card to say that. Because I don't say it based off of anything that I feel personally as a fan. I don't give a fuck about these boys. These tight skinny jean wearing boys. When I grew up, they walked with baggy pants and tall tees. So I don't see nothing about no skinny pant wearing boys. When in my days, the complaint was they pants was hanging down on their ankles, and they was. Belts around their knees, just drawers and cheeks. It wasn't attractive, but that's why I'm saying I ain't scared of no little skinny jean wearing boys buying up all my jeans. Can us ladies get a nice skinny ankle, high waist, skinny ankle pants, a little boot cut? Y'all hogging all the Negroes, all the skinny pants. I'm, Daquan, you gotta buy us some new skinny pants that Daquan has to make a line of skinny pants that only girls would wear. They can't just be skinny in jeans because the boys gonna want them. Make some that's identifiably feminine so that we can reclaim, because Daquan is the fashion designer of the Busted Baby community. Shout out to Daquan. I told him to create a Busted Baby spring collection piece for me so that I can wear it on a live in the spring and advertise it to you guys. He also is currently in fashion design school, so no, he is not playing. He is serious. He is a designer. He has done fashion shows, honey. Fashion shows, honey. Okay, he is not playing. He is not a TikTok designer. He's in school getting the training, and he has been in the fashion shows, honey. Okay? Okay? So when spring comes, and I say this is the Daquan Busted Baby, oh, because it's Daquan X Smith Busted Baby 2026 spring collection. Get your fucking coins. You celebrities, don't be trying to poach Daquan from me either. If you poach him to be your stylist, he's always going to make himself available to me before you. I am the priority client. I am the A-list client when it comes to Daquan X. Smith, and I don't care if you're Beyonce. Welcome to the C-list Beyonce when it comes to Daquan X. Smith. There's only one A-list seat. It's reserved for me. Y'all know them alpaca robes I promised my Busted Baby members? Daquan. He don't know it, but he just got nominated to make them. Yes, the Busted Baby collection. Yeah. Now make me a Busted Baby collection, Daquan, so I can put up some merch on this website and give you a cut. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean about new levels, new devils, and angels? I got about 3,000 people right here. And some of them been wanting merch. So, ooh. Anyways, this card, the reason why I say that this person that gets this card, especially in reverse, is going to sit for a while. There's 4 knights in the deck. I said this is my least favorite because he full of whatever. Emotions make you cry sometimes. Lies, truths, who knows? If a Prince Charming comes along, they're here to charm you. So some of the shit they say ain't real, but it's charming. I ain't got time for that. This is actually my favorite. He's the slowest knight, but he is the most dependable, the most loyal, but he's the slowest. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're not known to be fast-paced people. They're methodical, they're patient, they're steady, they're sure, they're dependable, they're reliable, they're responsible, like the earth signs. Now consider this a Taurus, the bull. Where the fuck is the bull going? Besides no fucking where. Especially when it digs its heels into the ground so that it is unmovable. Now, you take the slowest moving knight in the deck and then flip him in reverse. Oh, he's not going anywhere. That's why I be saying, if I get this in your outcome, this person ain't going nowhere for a while. They're in for a long bid. If it's slow moving and the knight upright may never reach its goal, but one thing's for sure, it'll spend its entire life working towards it. In reverse, though, I mean, a 15-year job turns into a 20-year job. I don't imagine that the feds, unless they have any interest, will they ever, in 15 years, find it beneficial to say, all right, Young Thug, free to go, all clear. In 15 years, if Young Thug is still around, if he's still in the industry, then his relationship with them will persist. He's in now. Now, this is him doing a bid, but he's out. So, yes, he has 15 years of probation, but I think that what comes with that is also some, don't think we just expect you to not get no tickets. No, we expect something else from you too, because you're somebody that has a wealth of knowledge about a lot of criminal activity. So your bid, Young Thug, is a lot more than just staying out of trouble for the next 15 years. Your bid is going to come with some work that they want you to do. Informer. The four of swords is retreat. It's in between the 3 and 5, which are both not good cards. The 3 of swords is accusations and betrayal. So that would be him snitching before anybody knew he was. That would be him getting a charge, and then other people getting a charge too. And then it's in between the 5 of all out court battles. The 4 is the in between snitching directly and out all out court battles. You are the go-between. Maybe not all the time, but if they have something, meaning the feds that they're digging into that they think you might know something about, they're gonna tap your ass for some information. And you be wise to give it up. Young Thug, I'm going to believe that for your gang, your YSL gang, inherently kind of getting off, allegedly, YSL gang, allegedly, your label, getting off for a RICO, you're not the only one in this predicament. I see a cleaning house. Some of you are snitches now. Some of you out of that YSL situation are snitches. Like I said, the 3 of swords would be, say, YSL, Young Thug getting the initial charge. That's the one sword. But you got 2 other swords because of the other parties that were brought in now, meaning snitched on. In this regard, here's the 3 of Cups because we've already had the trial and all that. But now, certain parties that snitched, I believe, are now informants. Now they willingly give up information. Not all of them, but some of them. I would say that Woody guy, I don't think he would be a snitch because he just got his block knocked off. And so I don't think he's one of the permanent snitches. I would even surmise that Gunna might be. So moving forward, you guys don't do any criminal stuff around Gunna. Don't do any criminal stuff around Young Thug. And maybe 1 or 2 other parties from that whole case. Not all of them, but some of them. The big star, it didn't go down, but because he's a big star, it seems like if he has information even about other celebrities, they're going to squeeze it out of him. Even if he doesn't want to, and he might want to. Some of you YSL boys are informants, not just Young Thugs. Some of y'all in that label, informants. That RICO, that shook the tree. Definitely shook the tree. They said, oh, y'all got ties to a lot of people that we might be able to take down. If we put y'all in prison for the rest of y'all life, y'all ain't gonna cooperate. If we set you free, though, you'd be grateful. You owe us something. All y'all industry people should be shook. All y'all rap people, y'all rap guys, y'all should be shook. Let me look into that. Y'all should be shook. I can see those boys. I see you industry people listening intently to those jailhouse calls. They have been all some of you guys have been consumed with. And I think some of your peers, Young Thug, are putting put 2 and 2 together about charges. I think they're tying you to the feds and maybe some other charges some other people have already received or could possibly receive. I think it's quiet as a mouse amongst the male hip-hop streets. I see all y'all tight jean wearing boys with your booty cheeks just as clenched, just as tight, scared. Mm-mm-mm. Because y'all don't know who he has. Oh, I see. Young Thug, all your peers. Well, good luck. All the rap guys gonna be gossiping, and I can imagine what all y'all private phone calls gonna be sounding like. It's gonna sound like just birds, just chirp, 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 chirp. All y'all talking about these jail calls and putting two and two together and stuff that we don't even know yet, but y'all talking about it. Y'all feeling like that boy decided to switch on the whole game to get out. Only thing tight on you is the rubber band on your money. Baby, if your money can fit in a rubber band, you ain't got enough. That's how I know you one of them tight jean wearing Atlanta boys talking about only thing tight is the rubber band on your money. If you can still fold your money, hold your money, you ain't got enough. Baby, you need banks to hold big money. You need assets to when your money get tall enough to where eyes start to blushing. You need attorneys, financial advisors, trust advisors, portfolio managers. Not rubber band, but baby, get out this live, sugar. Oh, you so sweet. Talking about your little lunch money. Y'all, he in here with his little lunch money. Talking about his rubber band holding his little dollars together. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, baby. When them little rubber bands start qualifying you for tax breaks, when your money's so big that you start finding about the tax loopholes and things like that, then I'll be like, okay, well now we can talk. Cause that's what I get paid to talk to people about. Like I told y'all, you need a pre-approval before you can talk that smack with me. And you can't get a property for not a decent one for less these days less than 3. But 250 can get you a brand new construction house here in Central Florida. Never lived in 3.2, less than 2,000 square feet. But 250 can get you that. So you're talking about a rubber band. Am I starting conversations? It's 250. And I'm just talking about for my clients. Why would I be in here talking to you about your rubber band money? It's because I look like I'm in my 20s, ain't it? So y'all be thinking I'm one of them little young girls, ain't it? I know it. I know it. All right, y'all. Well, I got to go make a little run a couple errands before my 5 o'clock consultation and before my 6 and 7 o'clock members' lives. That's what I got for Slime. I ain't really say nothing new. He got a bid that he got to do. It's going to be outside, but he doing a bid. We all know that. That's what his outcome is. The only thing I enlightened him about is something that he already know about probably too, and that's his peers. Right now it's gossiping about his gossip, and they looking at him like he a rat. And they looking at his girlfriend like the cheese. That's all. That's all I said. Love you guys. See my members later. Adios, Alejo. I'll see the rest of you good people. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye. Oh.